Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy DB. I just want to go over the nerf that just happened for the DMR and the Type 63. Mainly going to focus on the DMR as that's the gun everyone is using right now. And from what I'm seeing based off of stats, based off of tweets, based off of nerfs in the past, I'm seeing that they actually did a good job at nerfing the DMR. I know everyone is screaming from the hilltop right now that they didn't nerf it and nothing has changed about the game. But just looking at stats, looking at TTK, looking at damage, we're going to go over that, and I'm going to kind of show you guys what they've done and why it's been a good nerf. These stats for the DMR are pre-nerf that I'm about to talk about. The DMR headshot damage was 175. 175 to the head, 60 to the chest. All right. So I wanted to talk about that first. What I believe was broken about the DMR mainly was the fact that people could hit a headshot and essentially kill you in one shot. If you had one played in and somebody headshots you, you're downed, right? If somebody shoots you in the body once, they hit you for armor for that 60 damage to the chest, and hit you in the head once for 175, again, you're knocked. And all of these stats I'm reading off of are according to, it's called the COD guide, and the thumbnail is it has a little potato on it if you guys want to download it. This is where I get all my weapon stats for all Warzone guns, and I kind of compare and contrast. If you guys want to check it out, look for yourself. It's all there, in black and white for you guys to look at. According to JGod on Twitter, after the nerf, they actually reduced the headshot damage from 175 to 112. That's a big nerf on damage. That's huge. That's not from 175 to 160, 175 to 150. That's 175 to 112. That makes it a 3-shot headshot to down you, right? You look at the TTK on the DMR for chest shots only. All right, we're talking no heady here. No heady. The chest shots is 0.536 seconds. So that means somebody is hitting you back to back to back to back to back times right in the chest. It's going to take them 5 shots. And it's going to take 0.536 seconds. Okay. Now, if you go over to the AMAX, right? You look at the chest shot TTK on the AMAX, you're looking at 0.484 seconds, under 35 meters for the TTK. So you actually kill someone faster under 35 meters with the AMAX. Now, over 35 meters, the TTK is 0.581. Okay. So that makes it so it takes half of a second to kill somebody with the AMAX over 40 meters. Okay. So essentially, if you're shooting people in the chest, the DMR is balanced in comparison to an AR, right? So it takes 6 shots with the AMX to the chest compared to the 5 with the DMR. All right. If you look at the head to chest shot average TTK with the DMR pre-nerf, 0.335 seconds, right? Compared to the CR56 AMAX, which is head to chest average 0.435. So it's about pre-nerf, again, 0.1 second faster than the AMAX. Okay. So after nerf, obviously it's going to be somewhere in that same range as the AMAX. So what I'm seeing from this nerf is that not only did they nerf it, but they didn't nerf it into oblivion. I don't think that is Activision's goal here, is to nerf this gun into oblivion and make no one ever use it again. And the way I understand why they did that, and I'm glad they did that, is based off of what they've done in the past. And for some reason, there is this weird thing, this weird phenomenon that's happening with Warzone, and I've noticed it every single time they nerf a gun, is people just get scared of the word nerf. It makes no sense. I don't understand why. But if you look back at, let's say, the Bruin, right? The Bruin, they really just reduced the damage range and added a little bit of recoil to it. If you pick up a Bruin and use it right now, thing still slaps. It's really good. Same with the Kilo. According to Amos Hodge at Wendell Wobble, he is the creative director for Raven Software. He had released a tweet around Christmas time that had said a bit more clarification on the Warzone update. He said that the Warzone specific range buff on the Kilo 141 was reduced. So at some point they had put in a specific range buff on the Kilo 141 for Warzone, and they had reduced that. Now this tweet has since been deleted, and but of course everyone on the internet screenshotted it. It's been passed around. Everyone has seen it. So again, everyone was talking about the Kilo nerf. The Kilo got nerfed. And I've noticed using the Kilo since that tweet that it takes an extra bullet at range. And at range, I notice slightly more recoil. Nothing crazy. Kilo, again, very little recoil. Gun still slaps. Now let's look at the... I kind of wanted to bring up the FAL. Okay. So everyone remembers the FAL meta and how annoying it was, especially it was ground loot. And at one point they buffed it. And in the patch notes, it even said the FAL was being buffed to be 1 shot to the body, 1 shot to the head, knock, or 3 shots to the legs and stomach, knock, or 3 shots to the chest, knock, whatever. The FAL was a very, very insanely good gun and since has been nerfed. But looking at the stats today, we're looking at the damage to the head is 100 under 27 meters and 92 over 27 meters. And that's now in comparison to the DMR 14, which is 112. So let's say, for the sake of argument, the FAL does 92 to the head and the DMR now does 112. Is that a big difference? Sure. Does that mean the FAL doesn't still slap? No, the FAL still indeed does slap. Same thing with chest damage. Again, for the sake of argument, I'll give you the latter, you know, the more range distance on it. The FAL still does 54 damage to the chest over 27 meters compared to the 60 to the chest for any range on the DMR. So that's a 6-point difference of damage between the DMR and the FAL. So is the FAL is the DMR really that much broken, or is it that more powerful than the FAL? Not by much. We're looking at 20 damage to the head, and we're looking at 6 damage to the chest. The FAL single fire gun with a chest shot TTK of 0.495 seconds compared to the DMR, which is essentially 0.5 seconds. Both guns insane, but in reality, what they did with the DMR is they made it so somebody shoots at you, you can't turn, shoot once, and shoot again, hit a lucky headshot, and they're dead. You now have to hit consecutive back-to-back-to-back-to-back shots. And if, in all reality, you're shooting at me with a DMR and you hit 1 in my body and 2 headshots back-to-back, you deserve to knock me. I think what's really happening here is what's really happening here is, if you guys remember Men in Black, right? When he holds up the pen, look into this light and flash, and you forget everything. That's what the DMR essentially did to the Warzone player base. And what I mean by that is, I think we all tend to forget how fast the TTK in this game already is. You get caught out in the open, out of position. You go up against somebody that hits their shots. You're dead. Let's say you're at police station right above Superstore, and green and red roof are right there, right? You're crossing that little field right there. You're caught out in the open and somebody's looking at you with a Kilo, an AMAX, a Bruin, whatever. You're dead. Same thing with the DMR. The only thing broken about the DMR was the lucky 2 taps people were getting, and that is fixed. Now you're being rewarded for either hitting 5 chest shots back to back to back to back to back. You hit 5 shots back to back to back to back to back with a DMR, you deserve to knock me. Same thing as if you hit a 0.5 second beam and hit your shots with the AMAX, deserve to knock me, right? So don't forget how fast you die in this game. It's just how it is. What I've been talking about and preaching for a long time is I really think they should just add 2 more wearable plates to the player. Increasing that time to kill would be beneficial to a lot of the PvP situations that you get into, and would allow for more maneuverability, allowed you to think, react, and we won't get into the whole, latency issues and super slow tick rate servers that Warzone has, which essentially allows very, very little reaction time, which I personally think having 2 more plates would increase the strategy, maneuverability, reaction, and everything to this game. But overall, I think the nerf was good. They took out what was broken about the gun. Everyone's screaming they didn't nerf shit. Are people just dying to somebody hitting their shots? If it was the Kilo, they would be dead in the same situation. You get caught out in the open, you're dead in 0.5 seconds, right? Same thing if you use almost any gun right now. You get caught out in the open, unless you're using like an M13 at 150 meters and it does 19 damage per body shot. Yeah, it's going to take some time to kill somebody. But for the most part, you're going to start seeing snipers coming back. If there's a sniper sitting in a cubby, just showing their head, just showing their glint at you, you can't just look at them and tap with the DMR. One, that's pretty difficult to do. 1 headshot, 2 headshot before they react. But now you have to hit 3. And by then, by the first one, they're already probably going to duck behind cover, start plating up, whatever. Especially by the second one, they're going to probably take cover, start plating up again. But it's the same thing with the Kilo. You see a sniper looking at you, point your Kilo at his head, start ripping his head off. By the time you break plates and take half of their health, they're probably going to duck behind cover and start plating. It's the same. The TTK matches from the DMR. The TTK from the DMR now matches what other guns are in the game. So TTK, damage, amount of shots it takes to kill somebody are comparable now. Now, I had seen a video on Twitter earlier today, right after the nerf, of somebody shooting the DMR at the side of Superstore from gas station, like in the middle of the street, which was like 30 meters out. And he was like, there's no recoil. Like, there's still no recoil. When in the video, yes, there was recoil, but 2, that's from 30 meters. Pull out an AMAX, pull out a Kilo, pull out a FAL, pull out a Bruin. Like, no gun from that range really has recoil, does it? If you're struggling with recoil from that far, go buy a Cronus or something. Just kidding. Don't do that. But anyways, one of the big issues, just the DMR, being able to unlimited range with it and not having that much recoil to it, probably an issue. But with the increased recoil on it at ranged, definitely takes that brokenness out of the gun. So with everything said here, DMR, they did good nerfing it. People just need to really use their brains and look back to how fast they were dying to kilos, Bruins, Gras, pre-nerf and post-nerf. And yeah, I would say, in my personal opinion, I think the DMR is still a great weapon to use, but definitely in tune and more imbalanced with the other weapons now. You can't get a lucky 2-tap anymore. And that was the real broken thing about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys, I never make videos like this, but I woke up and started looking at all these stats, compiling different things and this, that, and the other. And this is literally my first video ever making this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, see you guys later.